I'm welcoming you to our third video with Polina, with our residency matter expert. And it's very sensitive topic today, and some people don't want to talk about it, but better we discuss it here, and so you know about everything, and then you can make your decisions. So we would like to talk about inheritance and the last will, which is very obviously important matter. So basically, we recommend to all of our clients to make a last will registration here in Dubai, and we will discuss why. So Polina, what's happening when we do not have a will here in Dubai? If something, God forbid, happen with the owner?
So if something happens with the owner and there is no registered last will under his name, all his assets in the UAE will be distributed under the Sharia law, Islamic law, regardless of his religion, because it's a local law, right? And he owns assets here in this country. So I always say to all of the clients that last will registration should go along with the property purchase. Once you have your title deed or OCUD certificate, straight away we need to register last will.
All right. And also, can we register it even before we bought property?
We
like
can.
a general
Yes.
will
We can do it. So there are two types of will registration. I prefer the generic one, where we mention in the draft of the will that all the assets in the UAE will be distributed or will go to this beneficiary, right? Because in other case, it can be, we can do it like by property, or let's say this property goes to my wife, this to my daughter, this to my son, this car will go. But those kind of last wills are very limiting, because okay, today we register these assets, tomorrow you will buy additional property and it will not be considered. You need to register another will for that property. But in case with generic one, we can put the draft like all of my assets going to this person or to these 2 or 3 person in equal amounts.
Yes, like this beneficiary, if not, if this something happened with this one, it will go to other members.
Yes, that's correct.
All right.
And the most important, as we say on the beginning, it will be distributed in case there is no last will. It will go as per the Sharia law. And I often get the question like, how exactly? So who will get, right? So first of all, there is no straightforward answer to this question, because the last words will be after the judge, who will look at the family members, like as of today, what is family structure, who is there, right? And of course, the majority of the assets will go to the son, if the son is there. If there are 2 or 3 sons, it will be equally distributed between sons. Then it will go to, so it's everything for them from the men's side, right? So sons, father, and then remaining will be daughters, mother, and last wife. Unfortunately, yes. So, but it's very like approximate. If it's a big families, they will look at the uncles, they will look. So it's from the men's side first, and then to the women's side.
Especially, we were talking about earlier, like in the Western world, sometimes recently we do have a practice when the people just doing civil marriages, and so this will not be even considered in the Sharia law at all in this country.
No. Absolutely not. So the civil marriage, there is no such thing as a civil marriage in the UAE. So for example, even if you're living for 20 years in your happily civil marriage in Europe, in Dubai, this person is not your wife. So unless there is no registered last will, and that's a good thing, that actually last will you can register not only to your family member, so you can register it to your housemate if you are grateful to her and there is no one else you have.
Yeah, exactly, if you don't have anyone.
Yes. So that's very important, and I really advise to do this to every investor, to protect your assets, because you never know what will happen tomorrow.
Yeah, like if you do not have last will, yes, of course your relatives can get something, but also it can take
It will take long time, really. It will take long time, money and efforts. Why? Because if there is no last will, first of all, death certificate, marriage certificate, birth certificate, all the legal documents must be notarized and translated. The person needs to come here to go to the court and apply for inheritance certificate. So inheritance certificate, if there is last will, it will be issued automatically based on the last will. If there is no, you need to apply for inheritance, and the judge will be, looking at this case. So it will take up to 6 months or even sometimes longer. So you need to prove your relation, and then judge will distribute, as I said, depend on the family structure.
And also, I think relatives will only have 6 months from a day of something happens
Yes.
to show up in a court, to show up this case.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
and many, obviously, of people, of clients who live in abroad, they have even no idea about this. Yeah, so we would recommend you register last will straight away, the general one, and we do have a standard draft. And how does it happen? Do they need to be here, or they can do it on a distance?
The procedure is fully remotely. The presence of the client is not required here. So it will be done, again, we're talking about UE, very digital oriented government system. Yeah. So court, the notary public, will be sending the Zoom link. Yeah, the client will appear in that Zoom meeting with his original passport in the hands for verification purposes. And that's it. It's like matters of 2-3 minutes, and your last will is issued.
That's amazing. So, do we need to every members of the last will need to be on a?
No, only the owner of those assets. For the beneficiaries, I just need their passport copies. That's it.
All right. Okay, that's incredible. I think there's only in this country things like this available, because again, as I always say, it's very fast forward, very quick, and we do have clients and investors from all over the world here. Of course, this country needs to adapt. Not everyone can come at the same time. So the Zoom meeting, Zoom last will registration is possible, is amazing. We just need, let's say, 1 day to prepare the draft, and that's it. You're good to go on a Zoom call. And after Zoom call, how long does it take to register the last
Same
will?
day. Like if you're having a Zoom call, let's say before 12 p.m. or before 1 p.m., same day it will be issued. If it's afternoon, next day morning.
Also, another important question. What if there is a joint owner in title deed? So husband, wife, or let's say friends, because in title deed you can have up to 4 people. So what's happened if something happens with one of them? Would you also recommend to register the will?
Of course, you have to register your will, because your share in this property, again, will be distributed by the Sharia law, or if you have your last will, it will go along with it.
So God forbid something happens, that you cannot be able to sell the property until you go through all the procedure.
And the second part will be really in this uncomfortable position, especially if it's a partner or a friend. You can literally do nothing unless the share of your partner will be finalized.
Yes.
And here, talking about this, I would like to highlight the biggest mistakes a lot of investors are doing when they're putting their minors in a title deed, thinking that in case if something happens to him, their part will go automatically to the kid. This is not the case, right? Your part still will be distributed as per the Sharia law if you didn't register your last will. But by putting your minor in the title deed, you're complicating your life and life of the agent so much. Because here, until the kid will not reach 21 years old, you cannot do anything with that property.
You can sell it, but you cannot get money for it. Yeah. The Byland department will not give you
the money will be kept in the safe in the court until the kid will reach 21 years old. So don't complicate your life, because you cannot sell this property and get the money. You cannot do anything. So on this property, register your last will for this kid, and that's it.
All right. And also, last will you can also put bank account in there. You can, it's everything
it's
should
all
be
the
there,
assets,
because all the assets. Because bank account is also a matter of if something happens. It's very difficult to get to for the relatives.
Yes.
So we would highly recommend you to look at this matter and contact us straight away if you already purchased property and with us or not with us, and if you're planning to purchase property, please we can talk about last will registration straight away at the same time. It's not even expensive. And so you can have a peace of mind. You and your family, your relatives, everyone can have peace of mind, because in the future you'll open a bank account as well. So better to do it to avoid any unpleasant situations. How much is it normally to register the last will?
The last will registration will cost you around $2,000, and it's one-time payment, and there is no expiration date. Unlike, for example, power of attorney, you know, it will work for like 3 years. Then you need to re-register it, or you should have a purpose for what. For example, if you have power of attorney for property selling, you cannot do anything else.
Yes.
So last will, it's one-time document. It's a digital document, will be verified through the QR code, and it doesn't have expiration date.
Yes, you can get this document on your email, and it stays in the system of Dubai courts forever. Yes. So thank you again, Polina. This is very important matter. Important. We had a short video, but I think is one of the most important videos what we had. So again, if you have any questions, if you would like to register last will, please contact us, and we will connect you with Polina.
Thank you so much for having me today, and I would like to give advice for all of the clients that in order to stay safe and protected from the legal side here in the UAE, I always advise to approach like a trustworthy and experienced person like yourself. Yes, in you're having partnership with me. Do not try, surf in the internet, so trying to search the information, because in most cases it's an old information which is changed, let's say, a week ago, right? So it's not true and not valid anymore. And sometimes it's even falsy. Like nobody is stopping anybody for typing something they're not sure about. So always check with professionals and stay safe.
Bye.